welcome back to yet another episode of our series Power People, which profiles the whosos of the music industry. And today, on this special episode, we have with us Shruti Pathak, a playback singer and a music composer. We welcome you here today, Shruti.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being on your show and doing this fun chat with you.
So, Shruti, my first question to you is that tell us about your musical journey so far. Who was your biggest inspiration in this journey?
Uh, I think my biggest inspiration is someone who's really supported me and inspired me and motivated me to pursue music, not just professionally, but also to bring music in my life was my father. So I think, I owe everything that I am as an artist or as a musician is only because of him. He was not a musician himself, or he was just an ardent music lover, and he was a fan of music. And I have music because of him. So yeah, I could say I have it in my
So
genes.
it was genetic only. So how was your musical journey so far? What aspects you look back when you see your musical journey so far?
It's been a beautiful journey. I think, firstly, for any artist, and especially for a singer, to be born with the musicality or that ear for the sur, or to be blessed with the voice. I think that itself is a big deal, and you can learn an instrument, you can acquire certain uh, techniques in music, but that ear for the sur is not something you can learn. It's either you're born with it or not. So I think I would just call this journey blessed and beautiful. uh, Firstly, because I have music in my life, and um, you know it's a rare uh, blessing for sure.
So when did you started off your journey?
I started learning music when I was a kid, back in school. I think I was learning from the time when I was in class 5.
That's
Um,
great.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
long time now.
absolutely. And also the thing is, I think music is something. It's so vast. It's a learning process for the rest of your life. There's so much to learn. Be it the genres, or be it the singing style, or the way you project your voice. So for as an artist, there's constant learning that is happening. And yeah, I started learning when I was in class 5, and by the time I was in college, I knew that I wanted to take up music as a career. And I discussed it with my parents, and they were really happy about it, because as I mentioned that my dad was really the one who motivated me to pursue music. So yeah, I was very clear from the very beginning that this is all I wanted to do. But because I belong to a family of teachers and professors, so हमारे घर में education is very, very important. So yeah, I was expected to at least fulfill my educational requirements from home. So I finished my master's in psychology, and then I decided to pursue the career in music. And yeah, it was a great journey, because when I moved to Bombay to sing professionally, obviously it was not easy. It was not like, oh, I came to Bombay today and in a year I got a
I
break.
was
Like, it took a
asking.
couple of
I
years.
was I was just asking that only that it's not easy to
Yes.
make your own image and identity in the industry. And so, do you remember? Do you have any memory that when was the first song what was the first song you sung, and what you felt about that? I mean, how?
Absolutely. When I moved to Bombay, and thankfully, everyone I met at that time was at least open to giving an opportunity to new artists. They were very welcoming. They were very warm, and in my journey, I have learned a lot from everyone that I've worked with. And my break happened with the song Marjama from Fashion.
I remember. I
And it was thanks to Salim Suleiman, and I owe everything that I am today to Marjama, and to Salim Suleiman, because if not for Marjama, the journey wouldn't have been the same, And I remember I was the first time I met Salim Merchant, and he called me into the studio to record a folk song. And while I was recording that, and because it was my first recording ever, and that too working with Salim Suleiman, it's a process where you are learning, at the same time you're nervous because you're new into the whole industry. So I was really nervous that I was practicing a variation that he gave me, and he's like, "What did you just do?" And I was like, "No, I was just practicing it in the lower octave, but I will sing it in the higher octave the way the song is." And he's like, "No, you just sounded so beautiful." And then he deleted the entire take and he redubbed the entire song in the lower octave, and that's how actually it was Salim Merchant who recognized and discovered the husky voice that I'm known for. So yeah, it's been a tremendously beautiful journey.
So, Shruti, how did you got approached from them? Because you sung any independent singles or whatever. I mean, what to say? You have sung any indie music or independent singles you were singing, and they got, they got, you got anyone's reference from them. How did they approach you?
So back in the day, when I'm talking about like say 2004, 5, 6, we did not have any platforms
Yeah, yeah.
to our access. We did not. तब तो YouTube भी नहीं होता था,
That's
So there was no way you could be spotted somewhere.
that's what I
Unless you just happen to be, serendipitously, you just happen to meet somebody. But apart from that, you had to the normal way of functioning was that you go into the studios, get in touch with the music directors. We used to have a demo, so we would just present our demos, and if the composer liked your voice, your work, your singing, then they would call you in, and that's how it worked.
Yeah.
So, I actually happened to meet Salim Suleiman because of a friend of mine from my college, whom we know as Bandish Project. He's Mayur Narvekar. And him and Nuclear, they were visiting. I've known them since college, and we had done some work back in college. So they were visiting Bombay, and they happened to meet Salim Suleiman, and they were presenting their work to them, and that's how Salim spotted my voice, and then I got in touch with him. So yeah, and then when I was recording that folk song, and he made me redo the entire song in my lower octave, is when he promised me that I'll give you soon enough, I'll give you the song of your life, and that was Narjama.
That's a great journey you had.
Yes.
Roller coaster. So, Shruti, your latest release, Karma Wali, is being celebrated as a unique addition to bridal music. Can you share
Yes.
some specific elements or emotions you aim to capture in the song that made it stand out? I mean, it's trending all over the reels. So, tell
Right.
us about the success of this song and what campaigns you used for it.
No campaigns. We just made this song with our whole heart. Um, People involved in making of this song was firstly, obviously, indie music label, and then the composer, who's come up with such a great melody. That is Anmol Daniel and Young Veers, ने इस गाने को लिखा है. So it was just an amalgamation of four convinced energies on in the same page. So that's how we just went with the song and the vibe of the song, and that's how Karmavali happened. There was no thought behind it कि हम ऐसे करेंगे, या there were no strategies, or there was no no thought behind it. It was just pure melody that we wanted to go in for, something that people would like to listen to, something that people would relate to, and that's how Karmavali happened.
So nowadays, I'm sure that you have been watching reels on it. So how do you feel
Yes.
about that?
I think it's amazing because and the song also came in at the right time, and now we are
Perfect
actually
time, I
moving
mean.
into the wedding season, and you know how you know there's so much thought and the butterflies going, turning in your stomachs when for every bride, I guess. So I think that song kind of just uh, uh, it's just a peaceful rendition of fated love story, and I think I'm really happy to see the kind of uh, the
Love.
way people have received the song, and the way people are relating to the song. So I think it's really incredible.
So can you sing two lines of this song?
Absolutely. कर्मा वाली नु कर्मा वाला रह गया हो कर्मा वाली नु कर्मा वाला रह गया देखदा जमाना रह गया कर्मा वाली नु कर्मा वाला रह गया हो कर्मा वाली नु कर्मा वाला रह गया.
Wow, it was great. It was so soothing.
Thank
I
you.
just felt it. So,
Thank you so much.
Shruti, building engagement with the audience is very crucial these days. So,
Yes.
how do you leverage social media, digital platforms, or other marketing channels to interact with fans and build a loyal fan base? How do you do it?
So honestly, I'm probably not the best person to answer this because I'm sometimes not even active on my social media.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's a little too time consuming for the things that I genuinely like to do, and apart from music. So I'm probably not the best person to answer this, but at the same time, I think I also believe that the algorithms are constantly changing, and it affects the reach of your content. And what I don't like is the fact that I'm calling it content. For me, music is way beyond that, and music is way beyond strategies and the viral nature of it. I think a song should just be heard and felt more than anything. And when you make a good product, when you make a good song, and if people if it reaches the hearts of the people will definitely resonate with it. People will definitely feel what you are trying to convey through the song, and it will definitely work with the audiences. So I would rather go with my instinct and my musicality rather than the algorithms.
That's great. That's great. So, Shruti, music videos are a significant aspect of modern music
Right.
in these times. So, how do you approach the visual elements in your music videos to enhance the overall image and appeal to broader audience? I mean, do you play any part in, do you have any suggestion for your music videos? If you are singing a song, so
Right.
do you have any opinion on that? That the music video should
Absolutely.
be like this, I want like this. What is the creative process?
I think the entire creative process is firstly keeping in mind the artist who's creating that music or singing, because it's the reflection of what you are as a person. And every artist has a very different image. Every artist has a very different goals
Hmm.
through that song. So it's a very individual journey, and there's no set formula to it. And at the same time, obviously there is a requirement of the song and the vibe of the song. So there could be a song which is really it calls for a nice if I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word, but like a nice sexy video. And there could
Yeah.
be a song which just requires you to stand and feel, and just
Mhm.
song with a video with montages, or just singing your heart out. So it depends on the song. It depends on uh, the artist's own image and what they want to portray themselves as through that piece of music. So I think it just depends on that, and the creative process is constantly changing and evolving along with every song that you do. And that is with the independent music. While with playback singing, uh, it's not a process for you to be a part of. You just go, you hear a song which is which is probably based on a situation in the film or the storyline or the vision of the director, and you
Yeah.
become that song and you just deliver your best into that song. So independent and playback singing are two different poles apart, kind of
Mm.
singing, and at the same time they have a very different audience. They have a very different goal to achieve. So yeah.
So, Shruti, this year you have debut as a music composer also. Firstly,
Yes.
congratulations on that. And you composed the music of Od Od Od.
Udur Jai, yes.
Yeah,
It's a
Od
song called
Od.
Udur Jai from the
Hmm.
film Pathak.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
how was the experience
I think
while
it
writing?
was phenomenal. I obviously, I'm known as a playback singer and
Yeah.
musician, and I've also written some of my songs like
Mhm.
Paella from Devi or Shubharam from Kaipoche.
Mhm.
But composing is something that I'd never really given a thought. But I think as a musician, we all have it in us, and
Mhm.
it's just about time that you explore yourself. So I did explore myself as a composer with my independent music. I've done that in the past, but as I just mentioned, that films is a very, very different ball game, because
Mhm.
you have to compose or sing a song according to so many parameters, which includes the director, the producer, the storyline, and what the character that you're singing for, what is their, role in the film, and so many other aspects. So it was a challenging job for sure, especially because it was my first ever.
Yeah.
It was challenging, but I think I genuinely loved the entire process. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was
That's
a great
great.
experience.
That's great. So, let's go back at the era of Tujhe Bula Diya, Aas Paas Hai Khuda, From Anjana Anjani. I remember they were the massive hits of that
Yes.
time. So, how was the experience? How did you enjoy, filming that, and what was the experience behind that? And the
Um,
success of also, because they were very massive hits. I remember.
Absolutely. They are still, one of the few most heard songs.
Hmm.
It's been 13 years to Aas Paas Hai Khuda and Tujhe Bula Diya. और आज भी it is one of the chart busters in any audio streaming platform. So it's been a fabulous experience. I think, as I said, that I've just been blessed with such amazing work, that amazing
I think
opportunities that
Shruti,
came my way.
I'll just want to stop here
Sure.
only, because I think it's not recording.
Oh, to
He
me, it's
hasn't.
showing it's recording.
It's recording.
Yeah, it is
It's
recording.
showing, but he's not there. I'll just ask him if it's fine. It's
Sure.
showing. So, Shruti, Tujhe Bula Diya and Aas Paas Hai Khuda from Anjana Anjani. Remember, they were very massive hits of all times. And so, how was the experience working with them? And I would say how you took that success, and it's trending right now. Also, they are my favorite songs. I would say from
Thank you.
from the film. I would. And so, how was the experience?
So as I said that, I really feel blessed to have such great opportunities come my way in my career, and especially in the early stages of my career. Like I always believed that Marjana was a tailor-made song for me, and it opened the floodgates for me.
It was a very
Likewise,
good
Tujhe
song.
Bula Diya was the song that took my career to the next level.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very important part of my career, that song. And not just Tujhe Bula Diya, even Aas Paas Hai Khuda.
Ask for second.
And Aaj Bhi, not kidding you, every single day I get at least 10 to 15 covers, or people write to me about that song, and
Hmm.
it's still one of the songs that is in the chart busters of
Hmm.
so many playlists and so many audio streaming platforms. And I think for any artist, it's a bigger achievement than awards or any other accolades. So I think it's just beautiful, and I couldn't have thanked Vishal Shekhar
Hmm.
for this. I couldn't have thanked them enough. Um, it was that entire album, to be honest,
Yeah,
Anjana Anjana.
exactly.
The entire album is just so
Special.
beautiful. It's that entire album is so special, and I'm really really happy to be to have been a part of it, along with the legends like Rahat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab and Mohit Chauhan, and singing for Vishal Shekhar and Kumar Paji, who's written the songs. I think it was just it's an experience that you don't get to experience cherish many times in your life.
So how was the experience with working with such big artists, with such massive artists? So you got intimidated from them. What was the experience back then?
I think the what's the beauty of music is that when you go into the studio and when you're singing a song,
Hmm.
everything just shuts off, and all you are doing is you just one with the song. And I remember we've literally recorded Tujhe Bula Diya in one go. Like I've not even recorded it twice,
Oh,
So I think that's the beauty of music. Sometimes you just feel it so much, and that feel you might be able to sing it better technically, but that feel is irreplaceable, or that feel is something that you can't duplicate. Like even as being the same artist, you can't replicate that feeling. And I think that's the beauty of it. So when you're in the studio, when you're recording, there is no space or place for intimidation or nervousness. You just close your eyes and feel the music.
so Shruti, any live performances ahead? Any Shruti Pathak's tour ahead? I mean, any kind of live
Absolutely. There's a
performance?
lot coming up. I have a lot of film songs that are lined up in December and January.
Oh
I
wow.
have a lot of independent music that I'm working on after Karmavali. And obviously, we are going into the, live gig season, as we call it in this
Hmm.
industry. So abhi December, Jan, Feb, March, like these are 4 5 months that we have a lot of live shows, and we are constantly traveling for concerts.
Wow.
So yeah, we are just the time is just the party's just starting.
So tell us about your upcoming projects and what message you have for your fans.
um, the biggest message that I would firstly want to thank them.
Hmm.
Second of all, for all the love that they've given me. I really hope they continue to shower their love on my music, on me, and keep listening and keep spreading love.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Shruti,
much.
for
It was so
joining.
lovely talking to
It
you.
was our pleasure to have you here. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
See you again.
See you
Thank you
again.
so
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
Thank you, Shruti.